Now we're going to continue with our beautiful alumni panel. And then we have Sanaa here. The reason why I brought our alumni to share their story with everybody is because I want everyone to see some of the work that we're doing at Revolution. And we have started for quite some time, but we never really get a chance to bring our alumni. But now I feel like it's time. So I am going to ask Sanaa and Jada to share a little bit about themselves, who they are, what is it that you do now, and then we can go on with the questions after. So let's start with Sanaa.
Hi everyone, my name is Sanaa and I currently work as an infrastructure engineer at Shopify. I was in the Summer Young program back in 2018 and I've had the pleasure of knowing Joanna since then and being a part of Revolution. I was a dev degree at Shopify and then I also did my degree at Carleton University. So I was working and doing school at the same time and then now I work full time.
Thank you, Sanaa. Nice. Yes, I'm going to have some questions. If anybody else have questions for them as well. So why don't we start with you, Sanaa? What made you join Revolution? What was the thing that you thought, okay, I think I'm going to sign up for this program?
Yeah, in 2018, I was just finishing up my grade 12 year, grade 11 year, and I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I was in this mentorship program at the University of Toronto, and from there, someone had recommended signing up to me, and I totally had missed the deadline. So I was like, oh, am I gonna get in? Like, this is really cool. Like, my dad has always encouraged me to learn computer science, so I was like, here's my chance. Joanna reached out and she let me join the program, and I came a little late, but I ended up loving the program because it was just 2 months, 4 months in total, but 2 months in the summer of working with other girls around the same age where we just coded for a company and we also learned some stuff. And it was like school, but I loved every minute of it. And from there, I kept in contact with Donna and I wanted to keep coming back. I found that it just prepped me so much and it helped me realize that I wanted to do computer science. I had a teacher there and she said, why don't you do software engineering? Why don't you do computer science? And that's kind of what got the ball rolling. And it was a really pivotal moment in my life to where I am today. So I honestly owe it all to Serena and just like allowing me to be in the program. And yeah, overall since then, I've also come back as a coach, as a mentor. I've seen some of the girls go from being in the program to going to university, and it truly just makes me really happy to help make technology more accessible to the girls and allow them to come into tech.
I said I wasn't going to cry, so thank you so much, Sanaa. What would be a piece of advice that you think that you can give to any young person that might even be interested in STEM or in this industries? Like, what would you tell them if someone would be your age when you started, even younger? Because we all know that when the reason why I say, what would you tell your 12-year-old self? Young women, when they're 12, this is when they kind of start figure out whether do I want to be cool or do I want to be smart or do I want to, but what would you give? What kind of advice would you give a young woman that would be 12 and up?
Yeah, I would say be someone who says yes to a lot of opportunities. I think the biggest thing that I take is like I say yes and I think about like maybe the worst possible thing that can happen. I'm like, hey, it's not that bad. And I feel like the things when you see something you're interested in, you should just try to go for it, learn more about it. We have so much at our fingertips now, just using our phones. It's really nice to be able to find programs like these, talk to different people, and figure out if that's something you like. Like for example, with my public speaking, I think it was one thing that I really wanted to do good, like better at, and I started saying yes. And I ended up doing some talks at conferences, and I realized I do like public speaking. So yeah, my biggest advice would just be if you feel like you're interested in something, even just like a little bit, just try to find something that kind of aligns with it, and then get a feel for if you like it or not.
Thank you, Sanaa. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions for our alumni before I go on and ask another question? Anybody want to ask a question? Feel free to ask. I say, ask now or forever hold. Well, I have a question. So, when you were in the program, in the seminar program, what was the thing that stood out for you that you thought, like, this is so cool that I actually have, that I have this in the program? Like, what are the things that you thought were beneficial or, or something that we offered and other programs, similar programs don't have?
I think the biggest thing for me was that mentorship that I got, not only during the program but also post after the program. So during the program, there was this element of different employees of different companies just coming in, chatting with us, kind of building those connections over the program. And the program was 4 months at the time, so we definitely had a lot of that interaction. And I really enjoyed that because it was like I'm getting these industry experts coming in, talking to me, and it was very, very just interactive and one-on-one. I think that's help. We also had a teacher, and I felt like very supported throughout the entire program. And then post the program, I had a mentor from Shopify, and that was my first kind of interaction, just seeing how Shopify was really like, just at the offices and stuff like that. And I still talk to that mentor to this day here and there. So it was the constant support, whether you're in the program, after the program, the community that we have.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Sanaa. You've been in the program, both of you, and both of you have been involved in Revolution afterwards. So I wanted to hear, I'm sure everybody wants to hear that, because we say a lot of when we are outreaching for our program, we say once you get started with Revolution, you don't just start in that program. You in it for as long as you need to. You don't have to go, but there's so many different opportunities. So you both have different experiences when you came, after the program. So if you don't mind sharing, your what you actually did and how do you think that actually helped you with your career where you are today. So Sanaa, if you want to start.
Yeah. I think after program, I did a bit of the curriculum for one of the years, and then after that, I came back as a coach, mentor, sometimes speaker, talking about my experiences in the dev degree program, and also just sharing my experiences working in tech. So a lot of it was interacting with women, with the young girls, and helping them out, whether it was coding, whether it was just like coaching collectives. And then I also did end up just helping some of the girls apply for dev degree, whether it was like looking through their applications, just like giving those tips about interviewing as well. So that was amazing.
I don't want to cry, but like honestly, this is like so amazing because for me, I feel like, oh God, when I created the program, I said like I really, not the program, the organization, one of my biggest goals was like the students that come to our programs, I want to see them turn around and say, how can we help, the younger people afterwards? And then to see that happen, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to cry, but yes, thank you so much, Sanaa. I'm crying. Oh my God. Okay.
Someone grab the napkin.
Yes. So I'm really trying not to cry. Like I'm becoming really good at this. Yes. But I remember with Sanaa, she was just like, I really want to come back and volunteer. Is there anything that I can do? So I was like, sure, we'll figure something out. And she was involved with us as a coach, as a mentor, and thank you for supporting other young women to actually get into where you are. It's so important, and it's just so nice to see, and and for you guys to come back in the program and to even speak to our participants. You definitely feel like there's a greater outcome from the program. You know what I mean? It's so important. Just as you have had professionals to come and inspire you, you get to inspire the next generation as well. So to me, you're my role model, and I feel like when I grow up, I want to be just like you. So, yes, I really do that. Yes.
Is it too late to ask a question?
Go ahead, ask the question.
First of all, what an honor it is to meet both of you, virtually and in room. I was with a cybersecurity company for 3 years. I know the stats really well on women's representation, so I'm so excited for the work that this organization, Revolution, is doing. My question is this: you're both with some heavy hitter brands right now. Of course, everyone knows Shopify. So I'd love to know if you have, how have you talked about Revolution up the food chain in your organizations and been an ambassador within the very companies that you're now either interning or employed? And if you haven't, what are your plans to do so?
I think Shopify was pretty involved with Revolution before I joined, but I've definitely talked to many deputy interns to join and help out with the program, whether it's mentoring, being a speaker, or even just I work quite a bit with Johannes because you're in there, and just outreach programs. And I do post. I remember a couple years ago when I did a talk at one of our events, and I posted it on LinkedIn. Someone from New York who ran LHAC, she came up to me saying that she wanted me doing it. I don't know, because it's a bit, so I was like, I guess, yeah, on the Shopify side, I got to like, it's pretty well versed.
Thank you both. Congrats again.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Yes, I'm never crying. So yeah, like I think I'm always so hard on my part. I'm on everywhere. If you see me in honest, I think if you just put on Google, then I'm crying somewhere everywhere. I always cry. For me, it's so touchy feely because I think a lot of people know that when I started Revolution, it was not something that was easy to do, and then I didn't even think that it will make the impact that it's making, and then to see like actually happening. And one thing that has been very important to me was it's not the let's make an impact and have 500 people in one room for an hour to get them excited and they have to go. Like how can we make that long-term impact and to see that you're actually getting into the field, you're actually studying this, you're coming back to support more young women like you. That's the impact that I wanted to make, and that this is why we're all here too, right? Like to support the organization for this reason, and to see this happening is just one of those out-of-body experiences. It's so amazing. So thank you. Thanks for being here to share this. And I don't know if anybody else have any more questions for Jada and Sanaa. Please feel free to ask.
Well, since Sanaa is here, I'd like to highlight that Omi in the chat has said it's inspiring to see our alumni working in the field at such prestigious tech companies.
Yes. Good job. Thank you.